From Wild West Motorsports Park, we welcome you to Season 2 of the Special Stage Pro Truck Series. Sat just outside of Reno, Nevada, this racetrack has 4 turns over 1.5 miles of course, very similar to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It just differs in about every other way. We are here with nearly 30 pro trucks set to do battle in 2 20-lap races to try and set their sights on the crown for season number 2. I am Olivia Hayward, bringing you all the action for tonight, and alongside me today is James Watson, who I believe, if I'm not mistaken, took home the Joker Series crown just a couple weeks ago.
Woo! I might have.
And what a show it was. Do you think there'll be any more or less frantic with these pro trucks around this quite narrow course?
Well, I think it depends on which race we're doing. In the first one, might be a bit straightforward. The feature with the full invert, it's going to be abject dumpster fire, way worse than what we were dealing with Joker Series. Especially at this track. This track is quite difficult to race at, just in the sense that it's so hard to make passes, and we're going to see just dive bomb central in turn 1 more than likely, because it's really hard to get the momentum you need to pass. It might be a little different with a good chunk of the field using Pro 2s, but yeah, we're going to see a lot of crazy moves just to be able to get that track position and hold on to it as well.
Yeah, it is, of course, the one short course track that is given to iRacing members as free content. And so I'm sure a lot of drivers quite familiar with this place will be used to making moves and having their doors bashed in across a lot of racing. But it really is a simple course, and that can make it quite a difficult course to find an advantage. You mentioned turn 1 being a pinch point on the initial start, but turn 2, I think, can be even more tricky, breaking down over those whoops. And the advice I got from one Keenan Kusin a year or 2 back is, if you are at all able on lap number 1, just hand the outside. Even if you're grip driving it around the outside, there's probably going to be enough of a stack up on that apex that you can pick up a good few positions just staying out of trouble.
Absolutely, and turn 2 makes passing even more difficult around here, because say you're able to send it to the inside and get that inside position on another truck. Well, turn 2 is a hairpin in the opposite direction, so immediately they're going to have the preferred line and you're going to be stuck around the outside. So if you can stay to that outside, then you're going to get the inside back in turn 3. But keeping on that outside, that's the difficult part. And that's why you're going to see passing so hard, because you're just not maintaining that inside position you need for long enough.
Yeah, turn 3, very much a bit of a grip corner. You really want to just be patient and hold the inside until you get back on the power. And then turn 4, a little bit less treacherous now that they've fixed the fence on the outside, but it's still not fun being fed into that fence, even if you no longer exit this realm of resistance. You've got to be very careful going for a move there to not cause a big incident and potentially pick up a return shipping on the second race of the night.
And the real difficult thing about turn 4, in addition to the fence, is that you've got those big kind of whoops going into the corner. In season 1 of Special Stage, I talked about it in the season opener here, and it's not quite a full whoop section. It's like half a whoop section. I called it the whoa section, and that's exactly how you feel when you're going through it, because you're like, whoa, as the truck is just bouncing, and it's bouncing like right at the point you want to turn in. So to counteract that, you actually got to get your turn started before you actually hit the wuh section. So that way, when the momentum is carrying you over the jumps, you land with the wheels pointing in the direction you want to go. And because of that, passing is difficult because you're basically getting launched into whatever truck you're wanting to pass. So if you're someone that doesn't quite like to get out the hip checks and the chrome horn, well, you basically have no choice if you're sending it through turn 4 because you're gonna get shot into them one way or another.
Yeah, and again, once everything is spread out, in race number 1, it should be fairly manageable. But it's, of course, in race number 2, the full field invert, and especially with those Pro 2 light machines sharing the grid, currently stored alongside the full power machines. But that is going to be tricky on the initial start.
Yeah, I had, in like the 5 seconds that we were talking about it before we went live, I actually forgot that there are Pro 2 lights here because I have the memory of a goldfish. But yeah, that's going to make the start even more chaotic because for those that are starting right behind the Pro 2 lights, it's not necessarily going to be that much of an issue because you'll be able to power out and get by them before you make it into turn 1. It's for those starting about mid-pack and before who are likely going to catch up to them right at corner entry, and that's when chaos will reign.
Yeah, we are, of course, now into our qualifying session, and I figure a great driver to follow on board with is our resident Smurf for the championship, Josh Edmondson, who, of course, took the title in season number 1, has over 10,000 dirt road iRating, as well as that beautiful World Championship license. And he was top of the charts in practice, so I'm expecting a good lap from the 58 here in quali to make race 1 as easy as possible for him.
Yeah, and on top of that, Josh is basically the GOAT when it comes to the Pro 2. Every time, back when I was running the Pro 2 regularly before I retired, became washed, Josh was winning every championship. And so I don't know what the results have been in the few years that has been since I ran on a regular basis, but I'm willing to bet it's still probably Josh. So yeah, him in a Pro 2, he is absolutely right in his element. This is his wheelhouse, which is the worst thing you can hear for anyone else on track right now. So if you want to bring home a dub, more than likely you're gonna have to hope that he gets absolutely nuked in turn 1 in the feature, as harsh as that may sound.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult on the start. It's never easy to run away in turn number 1. If someone wants to send the door, they most definitely can. But obviously he's going to be in control of that initial start, I believe. So he's going to have a good shot at going forwards. He's marching 26 tenths for the pole position right here. Let's follow with one of those Pro 2 lights. And visually not much difference in them because they are the same chassis, the same gearbox, I believe. As that's a good look at that car. Let's go to Matt Williamson instead, driving the full fat Pro 2.
We need a ambulance. Anyways, there's Matt Williamson making his way through turn 3.
And I think this is after the end of qualifying for Matt. I think there's a 2-lap run available, so this is just additional practice. But of course, the thing about dirt road racing and any dirt racing is that the track evolves constantly. And so if you can be turning laps, feeling out how the track's changed in qualifying, then that will benefit you as you get into the race.
Yeah, I don't think the track really evolves that fast with the Pro 2s and the Pro 2 lights. Definitely with the Pro 4s and rallycross cars, because you have all four wheels just barreling down at full speed, which really rubber in. But with that said, there absolutely will be a significant change to the parameters of the track. And, you know, I think how I've always felt it when it comes to off-road racing in the Pro 2 and the light, it feels like there's less grip when you have the track worn in. You get that blue groove, as we call it, because of the way the light sheens off of it. It looks actually kind of blue. So I think that's going to be a loss of grip as opposed to Rallycross and Pro 4, where that blue groove is just so grippy. It'll behave more like a traditional dirt car in the sense. I think that's how I have always felt it. But again, I've been washed for a few years, so it might not actually be the case anymore, or ever was. So but take that with a grain of salt.
And I think we're going to be lining up for a standing start here, so we've got to get through the grid nice and quickly. Here we go, speedrun time. It's Josh Edmondson, of course, on pole with Matthew Lind alongside. Layden Lakovic lines up in third with Zach Fuller alongside. Then we have Craig Peterson, Alex Good, Greg Johnson, Joshua Motortech, Joey Herbie, and Victor Aldrich round out the top 10. Off to you.
Okay, and we got Paul Mikolajczyk and Anthony Person in row 6. Joey Kirk and Robbie Swan in row 7. David Holdren and Matt Schlosser in row 8. Cameron Heel and Cody Meadows in row 9. Stephen Barnett and Matt Williamson round out the top 20. Row 11 features Tom Monheimis and Zach Amsbacher. Row 12 has Justin Pierce and Andrew Watkins. Joshua Osborne and Rob Williams on row 13. Richard Watkins and Stephen C. Thompson in row 14. And rounding out the field, Austin Call.
And we made it.
Oh, we did that pretty good. How about that?
There's not going to be there's going to be a lot of things about as fast coming into turn 1 here. Of course, it is going to be Josh Epson, who has the inside line. It's a nice place to be because you can just park it if you need to. And try and take the shot to the rear bumper. Of course, a 20-lap race lining up. Here we go. So the engines rev up. We go green for the first race of Season 2 of the Special Stage Pro Trucks. And Emerson has left a little bit of peek to the inside, but Matthew Lynn can't quite get there.
Oh, this isn't going to be good. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got a truck on its side. There's a massive track blocker. Oh, the track is jammed. The track is jammed. My goodness, I wasn't expecting this in turn 2, but not turn 1. Oh my lord. Oh, Olivia, have you ever?
I mean, unfortunately, quite often.
Mother of mercy, I don't even know who's where, who's at what. I feel like a Pro 2 Light is probably in P7 or something. That's how crazy that wreck was. My goodness.
There's a Pro 2 Light, the 007 in P11 right now.
Oh,
a little bit
man.
of an unkempt tuxedo, but still powering forward. But here comes Joey Kirk trying to charge through. Started in 13th position. Monheimer started in 21st. And he's trying to move up through the order. And that started all the way with Lakovic, who gridded in the 3rd position. So absolute chaos there.
Yeah, you talk about how good of a start Mahimas had. He sure had a view to a kill on that one. James Bond humor.
I see this is going to be the theme of the night now, because you've made one, so I have to try and one up that.
Oh, you have no idea what broadcasting with me he is gonna end up. Puns! Gotta love them, everybody.
I think on that start, Tom did have a bit of a view to a kill, so let's have a look and see what that looked like from the start of the race from Lakovic, of course, who started. And why is that still happening?
Folks at home, you don't know what the hell Liv had to go through to keep that from happening just for it to happen. So that is very unfortunate. But yeah, you see, Matthew Lynn got a bit of a bump from Lakovic, and that got both of them turned around. Lynn was able to save it and keep going. Lakovic was unfortunate. And when you have something happen in turn 1 or turn 2, there is nowhere to go. It is going to be a massive track blocking calamity, and usually you see that happen a lot more in turn 2. I usually see it basically every start of every race I've ever competed in or have watched here at Wild West. So to see it actually happen in turn 1 wasn't quite what I was expecting, but at the same time I can't say I'm surprised. And you know, oh, that's a massive hip check. I couldn't quite tell who that was, but wow, I think that might have been team cars there too, with the way they're painted up. Friendly fire there. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to some of the fresh faces. Oh, we got a truck turn around, the 18.
Austin
and he
Cole.
clipped someone else.
Oh, and more inches on the inside. That is.
Oh no.
That is I don't even tell. Is it Holden and Heil? I think on the. Turn 4 there.
I think so, and that's unfortunate for Call, because he started DFL on the field, and he is very much not DFL right now. So yeah, it's unfortunate for him. Whatever happened to cost him all that track position.
Well, for 5th place here, Aldrich and Meeperson. I thought it might be a bit send in turn number 4, but thinking better of it right now. Still plenty of time, of course. 20 laps in the race, only 5 down so far. So he's got time to try and set this up. And they've got a good gap behind as well. So as long as they don't fight too hard, they will continue to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, you see, Amp might be a smidge faster, but it's just so hard to get that position you need. Now, I will say that's the one. Oh, what in the world? You can't punt there! I think we said that at the same time, so Jinx. Oh, no, and I think there's more. Is that? No, that's the replay, so this is like.
This is the setup to it.
Yeah, this has been going on. Mother of mercy. And
it's the 15 that just sends a domino effect, it looks like, with a blinking truck of Andrew Watkins as well.
Yeah, it just gave a little hip check from, I believe, the 60, the truck that got parked, and it just kind of knocked him around enough to where when it kind of stopped, it just rolled up onto the barrier. And when that happens, there's not hardly anything you can do for it unless you're the absolute gem that is Ryan Dye, who I believe in the second race here last season was able to get his truck off of the barrier. It took about 2 laps for him to do it, but he did it. And it just reminded me that for those who watched season 1, we do not have the Ryan Dye hood cam anymore, which is a great shame. For those who were not watching in season 1, Ryan Dye's hood flew off, and then when we cut back to him, suddenly the hood was back, and then it flew off again. And then we cut back to him again, and it was on, and then it flew off again. So the Ryan Dye hood cam became an absolute meme for the rest of the season. And I don't believe Ryan will be competing in this season, so a moment of silence for the Ryan Dye hood cam.
The hood can finally rest.
The arms of the angels far away.
Ooh.
Oh man!
Trying to set up for a move and just a little bit too much on entry. He's still there. This is a fight for 8th place here behind Joey Kirk and Matt Williamson. Those two putting a lot of pressure on each other right now, and there's actually the hip check from the 199 as Kirk gets into the barrier. And we are all stacking up here. This is one of the closest fights on the track that we've gotten. You can tell Williamson's not backing down at all. I think Schloss would have to go on the offense to try and defend from that Red Bull truck. But he couldn't get it done into turn 1 last time by. Is turn 4 a little bit more helpful? Not quite.
Yeah, and man, you could just see Joey Kirk's truck going through the wuss section. Like it was bucking, it was shaking, it was bouncing. You see Schlosser, he's alongside, but nope, Kirk is gonna pull him. So we do see a bit of a side-by-side here behind them. Herbie and Williamson. Herbie going the long way around, and Williamson's truck didn't play ball, and Herbie's gonna complete the pass. What a great move. You saw Williamson, he's trying to fight back. He's got the inside. Herbie's gonna pull him. Williamson is gonna just have to send it to keep that. Nope. Herbie blocks off. Great defensive driving from Herbie. But yeah, you saw it when they were side by side entering turn 2. Williamson just didn't get the corner entry right. You see that the rear of the truck kind of caught the grip strip and gripped up. So it just cost Williamson so much speed because he just couldn't get the rotation yet. And Herbie, who got the rotation from that fresher dirt on the outside, just was able to carry so much speed off, and there was nothing Williamson can do to hold off him at that point.
Yeah, it's interesting working out when you want the tires to slide and when you want a little bit of grip on them. I think corner exit is often quite helpful here, but especially exit of turn 1, to sort of let the truck drift out into that berm and let it grip back up and send you slingshotted forwards. Whereas when you're looking at the entries, you want to keep the rotation going, as we've got a fight, a big fight here for 5th place. Robbie Swan's going to pull away at Meeperson, under threat from Victor Aldrich right now. And these are all trucks started outside of the or the fringe of the top 10, so good work for them to be fighting for the top 5. You can see how much they want to try and complete that run. But for right now, it is Robbie Swan who's got through and might start to try and pull away with the 2 fighting behind.
Yeah, Victor Aldrich is a big loser in that battle. He was P5, and now he's been relegated to P7. And you saw that the rear kind of gripped up when Victor didn't want it to, and just ended up him taking a much weirder entry into the corner and got that inside berm and just lost a lot of time.
Yeah, is that a lap truck ahead that they're working their way around?
I do believe it is.
Yeah, 314 of Andrew Watkins in one of those Pro 2 lights, and of course those trucks have made about half the horsepower of these other machines. You can make a lot work with them with the sort of driving skill, but they're always going to lose out in a straight line. You can see the 13 just drag race away, and I think Aldrich's going to try and do the same here onto the inside of the final corner. Really pinch to the inside, but it's going to work out on the way down the hill towards the start finish. Speaking of the battles, here we go. This is P16 right now. Tom and I are still holding on after starting in P21, but even with the calamity in the opening corner, they're starting to filter their way back through here in the back half of the race.
Yeah, that was, I don't know what the heck happened on the run from 3 to 4, but Mahimas just lost a whole lot of momentum, and that allowed the 15 to just drive right on by.
Yeah, but it's just such a difference in power.
Wow. Yeah, is Mahimas in a
He's in the light,
Pro
yeah.
2 light? Okay, that makes a lot of sense now, because I'm like, good lord, that thing just died on the straightaway, and now I understand why.
It live and let died on the straightaway.
Better be careful, he's about to be shaken, not stirred.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Beautiful. As we see someone's quarter panel just bouncing up and down the track.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is that I don't know what the off-road community did to iRacing to make us suffer, but the trucks have aero damage, and it does affect the speed of the trucks.
Yeah, and
so,
like, there's some stuff where they've added tire wear, like, more significantly to these over the past couple of years, and it definitely makes the racing a bit more dynamic. But the damage as well can be a little bit hit and miss sometimes, and especially with this being essentially a contact sport, it can be a little bit of a roll of the dice whether you can keep it going and get past a lecture. This is for 4th place, Robbie Swan leading Alex Good. And Good has been charging through here. In fact, no, Swan's been charged through, and Good's just trying to fight that position back now, I think.
Yeah, to continue the conversation, yeah, Olivia, it just doesn't make sense, because aerodynamics is not something you worry about in a jumpy truck. Like, these bodies are practically paper mache. Like, they don't matter. You watch real life jumpy truck races, and these bodies and body panels are coming off like all the time. So, like, the fact that your speed can be affected by a slight little bit of side-by-side contact, it just doesn't make any sense. And you're just like, why? Why? This doesn't have to be. Why?
We got a big cluster here. 4, 9. Schloss has made it to the front of this pack ahead of Joey Herbie, but I don't know how long that is going to last. And then you got Greg Johnson behind, and I think actually a lapper they just slotted through with Matt Williamson trying to chase them down in that Red Bull truck. You saw the dive there. It's 3:14 again in that Pro 2 light, so going to be an easy move for Williamson. But it's got him detached from this group. We are 3 laps to go here, and I think Johnson's trying to set up the move, but had to stay out to be defensive from Herbie there, as he started to fall back through the field. Can Johnson do anything to attack the 400?
Yeah, Greg, I believe, started top 5, and he was arguably the biggest loser in that massive lap turn 1 crash, because he was right behind Lakovic when Lakovic went around. And Greg Johnson, he is a established and experienced driver of these Pro 2s himself, a multi-time champion in his own right. So Greg with going for the big comeback, making a good move around Schlosser to get back up into P9 and try to chase down his teammate Victor Aldridge up in P8.
And I believe that's called a slider in dirt terminology. Just making sure that the rear bumper is displayed on the exit of the corner.
Absolutely. In the wisdom of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Bad job! Bad job! I was just wondering if I had that as a soundboard to hit, and I didn't need to worry about it. Here comes Joey Herbie now, and the 400 on a defensive hit. It's unusual having numbers this big on a tower. I'm not used to calling it like this.
Yeah, but you get used to it in an off-road. Triple numbers are very common in the off-road world, as we see. Oh, I believe the race. I believe we're coming to the checkered right
coming
now.
to the checker now. William Emerson almost a lap up on that previous battle. So, great win here for Josh Edmondson in the 58 by 6.8 seconds. It'll be Lind and Fuller clinching the podium without much contest, but here's the battle between Swan and Good for P4. Can they do anything about it? Doesn't look like it. Got a couple lappers behind, of course, but it is going to be Robbie Swan holding on for 4th place. Alex Good rounding out the top 5 with Ant Meeperson behind. We'll see if there can be any threat for those final spot in the top 10. Herbie's actually fallen back from Matt Schlossman, so I think that is going to be the end of that one. Great run from Edmondson, of course. We didn't really give him much screen time. I think this second race might be the opportunity for him to get in a little bit more action.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot of to do. Yeah, the initial start here for race 2, it's going to be interesting, especially when you look at the dichotomy in how these trucks start, because the Pro 2 has so much more power and it's all rear-wheel drive, so you tend to kind of spin the wheels on a standing start. That's what makes the Land Rush start at Crandon and the Pro 2 so difficult, for example, because you just have all that wheel spin and trying to arrest that power and not just lose all that speed just doing a big old dirt burnout. And then you compare that to the Pro 2 Lite, which has significantly less power. And like the way the gearing is on this fixed setup, it kind of bogs down a little bit too. So you're going to be essentially even slower off of the line. So that might catch out any Pro 2 starting behind the Pro 2 Lights, is that massive difference of speed on the initial launch.
But it's okay, because we know this is a very easy track to navigate the opening line. We're not going to see anything too bad, I don't think.
What? A massive track blocker? Here? Olivia, I don't know what you're talking about, and we ain't seen anything like that. No, it's going to be perfectly fine and straightforward and not going to end up with a truck or 2 or 10 upside down. Certainly not.
I guess that the one driver who's looking for a little bit of reverse fortune is going to be Motorcheck. Of course, started 3rd, got caught up in that sort of concertina down at turn 1, a sideways one, to put him, I think, over the barrier and force a tow back to pit lane. Because of that, he'll be starting right near the front of the field, ahead of a lot of the Pro 2 Lights, and so could be a chance for him to try and run away and build a gap to the rest of the field. Because I think for some of the really fast guys in this field, especially when we look at Edmondson, it's just about putting them as far away as possible for when they do clear all of that traffic. Because they can close in, but they're not able to close in more than, say, a second a lap once they get clear. And so if you can be, 10 seconds up the road of them at the halfway point, then you're in a pretty good position to maybe fend them off.
Absolutely. And, to continue with that, Milakovic is, to me, in the catbird seat because he's going to be, like you said, he's starting close to the front. And he qualified, 3rd? So we know he has a lot of pace. So unless something catastrophic happens or he makes a devastating mistake, this might be his race to lose. And the commentator's curse of the century here, So I'm gonna go ahead and apologize to Milan now.
Let's just mark this off. And then just for the sake of completeness, it's a pretty easy call. I think you're never gonna make bad money betting on Edmondson, even with the invert as it is. But let's see, the 25 and the 19 at the front of the field in Pro 2 Light, so the inside line going to be very strong on this initial start. The 19, I think, may have jumped it a little bit.
Yeah,
see if they get away with that one.
Hold on to your butt cheeks, everybody. Oh, Lord.
And they did not get away with it. They had a slow start and they're black flagged, and my goodness, they're 3-4 wide behind here.
Oh. Oh.
I think we mostly get through turn 1 in one piece. But, turn 2. I doubt what is going to happen in turn number 2 here.
Oh. This. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh. Is actually 007 who gets caught up the most in that one. Alongside, oh no, that's Matthew Linder, who finished second in the previous race. Wedged. We'll see if he can ride it to the end of the wall's just there. Come on, you can get it. You can get it done. And he's free. Got a lot of ground to make up, but could have a chance. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, I mean, I don't know how to try and call this one. It's Mikolajczyk versus Latovich for the lead of the race. They're making our job very difficult, and now they're 3 wide behind. But it is the 106 who's done a great job cutting through at the start and now has a shot at the race lead. But he's got to move quickly because there is a lot of pressure behind. We'll see what he can do here in the next lap or so. By the way, Edmondson up to 10th already.
Yeah, that's unfair. How does he make up 19 positions in one lap?
If you want my bet, I think he might have hung it around the outside and avoided the carnage.
Yeah, I think you're right about that one.
I mean, Paul's done a great job fending this off, and Latovich just continuing to throw more and more aggressive moves into the corners, and it's starting to get him out of rhythm here.
Yeah, now he has to deal with Watkins.
And Watkins has the better run on the outside on Exit. They're going to be side by side into turn 4 here. Does he have a chance to slot in? Yes, he does. So second place still not quite. He's still fighting the truck on the traction there. The side by side once again. And this is just beautiful in the mirrors of Paul at the front of the field. So he's got a little bit more breathing room right now, at least for the time being, is there to be side by side, door to door, out of turn number 1 again.
Yeah, and for Mikolajczyk, it's been a while since he's... Oh, that is... Uh-oh. You can't park there.
How many parking tickets do we have to give out in this one?
Yes. But yeah, Mikolajczyk, this is his first time kind of getting back into off-road in a while, but make no mistake, Paul is absolutely quick when it comes to off-road, so it's not all that surprising for me to see him up here and holding on to this lead and pulling people off.
And of course, Edmondson watch up into 7th place right now, but Motorchat going to try and fight it through, going to maybe feed Edmondson into the wall. It'll work for now, but what is going to be the payback here? Motorchat's trying to work on Kurt, just trying to run away as quickly as possible. But now you get Edmondson to you inside, and this is not where you want him if you've just given him the boot.
Yeah, I'm in danger.
Oh,
Oh,
and Motochet
no,
throws
no.
himself out the way.
I'm gonna go ahead and call that a business decision.
I think it was if I can hand it round the outside, then hell yeah. If not, I'm out of the way. Although he's not done yet. He's going to try and keep pressure on Edmondson here. And then we 3 wide down to turn number 2. Not quite. Kurt will clear.
Oh.
Misses the corner. And in the end, it
Oh,
is
and-
Motochet gets shipped into the Kurt running wide. And Edmondson gets the last lap
Oh, no!
after all as they have
Oh,
to
jeez,
split to get
no!
around. Great work there from
Oh,
the
holy-
field.
Holy rejoy, Batman.
And so now Motochet got to get around Hervey Swan full of a lot of very fast trucks that he's now on the back foot against. And gets over the berm there. Not going to have the best run
Yeah.
out of the corner.
The Bliss section was very unkind to him.
Watkins and Motochet still side by side. They've been here forever, it feels like. It's now really a 6-car pack for the lead. And that's bad news for anyone not named Josh Edmondson, who is just getting involved in this now.
Yeah, he is within 4 seconds. So yeah, this spells out certain doom for everybody else. As oh no, oh no, oh!
And that was a bit late for Tony to try and get back to the apex there. I know it says it on his truck, but you gotta know when to give it up.
Yeah, wow, he caught a whole lot of that channel 199 door from Edmondson, and oh, Lokovich pounds the wall and stops right in front of Edmondson. Edmondson is being put sideways. Lokovich is facing the wrong way. Yep. Oh no! Oh, good gracious! Yep. Well, I think we all knew that this was gonna. I think we all knew that this is how. Oh, and
look
wow,
who's
here
back.
comes
It's
Monotech,
Motochet,
and
and Motochet's
no,
around.
Monotech gets turned around again. Oh no, we got a truck out of bounds. You really can't park there, sir. Oh, and Monotech stuck. Oh man, this is a terrible, awful, no good, very bad last couple laps for Joshua Monotech. Oh, mother of mercy. And Josh Edmondson is now up to P3, people. And Greg Johnson following Josh through. Greg is up to P5. Fantastic drive for Greg. But, mother of mercy, Olivia. What a... Oh, no! Oh, man! I think it was Steven C. Thompson to the...
Joey Kirk.
Joey
was
Kirk.
also on a hard charge, but did a bit of a 360 in turn number 2.
360 no scope.
Did the 360 and walked away.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, and Meadows into the wall.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh! I'm running out of ways
That's
to
the
say
right
oh,
way
no.
there.
Yeah. Oh, no, not quite. Oh,
Oh.
jeez. Oh, Herbie. Oh, Herbie ends up facing the wrong way. Oh. Oh,
no.
man. Oh, no. Oh. I don't know how many times I've said oh no tonight.
That was the longest, like, car to car, like, 1-to-1 chain reaction. That lasted about 30 seconds and had 3 cars involved.
Oh my god, it just wouldn't stop ending. It just kept going and going and going. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is truly a race of all time.
Some more hard charges coming through. Swan up 19, follow up 21.
Oh, we got problems for the leader, Mikolajczyk. I don't know
Oh,
what
no.
happened. Oh no! Paul!
And how's that happened?
No! Oh, look how they massacred my boy. Oh, he had the lead of the race. What happened?
Oh,
And
just an
what in the
awful
world?
landing.
Wow. I've never seen a landing like that before. Man, it landed and then said exit stage right. Oh, that is heartbreaking for Paul Mikolajczyk as we see Josh Edmondson, Thanos, I am inevitable, will take the lead of the race. Oh, that was a bit of a, I don't know if I could quite call that a slide job, but whatever it was, Josh is back in the lead of the race here. Wow.
And you can't park
And,
there.
oh, wait, yeah. Is that, I can't even tell who that, oh, and Great Johnson spun out behind them.
Still has the gap. I couldn't work out who that was over the wall. But now Johnson under a lot of pressure.
I think he did lose a place. I think Great now fell back to P4. Oh, that is unfortunate for Great. Just got a little more rotation.
Oh, the other side as well. And there's the battle for 4th place right behind, checking in. We checked back into that fight with Fuller, Swan, and Kirk charging through Thompson in the catbird seat at the very back.
Yeah, luckily for Johnson, he was able to get back going and stay just ahead of this Donnybrook. And Johnson back up into a podium spot.
Those trucks both say 37 on them, right? I'm not going crazy here.
Yep, yeah, and yep. Oh dear, oh boy.
And we've got some
37
prime
on
beef
37
right here.
violence. Battle of the 37s. I think number 37 is gonna take it, but 37 isn't giving up yet. At 37, will take control of the position and pull away from 37.
Next up, Zach Fuller. No, it still carries on between 37 and 37.
Oh, 37, finally a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary. And like, this race has been so action-packed, we didn't even have a chance to break down the track blocker that happened turn 2, lap 1, with Tom Mahimis getting sent from Nevada with love.
Speaking of Matthew, holding on for 9th place here. Cameron behind, putting pressure on. But a big hard charge from the 333 to hold on, and further back, Herbie making a charge on Matt Williamson in the Red Bull truck.
And wasn't this, they were battling earlier in race 1 too.
Yeah, they lined up side by side to start this one in 18th and 19th. So they've just worked their way through the field together, continuing their fight as they've gone.
And Herbie spent a lot of time battling with Matt Schlosser towards the end of race 1. I think Herbie is just sick of dealing with mats right now. After this race, he's gonna just grab the mat on his front porch, toss it into the ground, toss it
Gonna make
into
sure
the
his paint
garbage,
scheme
rather.
spec map's fully gloss.
Yeah. I what you did there, I see it, and I approve.
Speaking of Matt, it looks like Matt has had a big issue here in the fight with, I think that's Craig Peterson on the inside.
Oh no, our
turns right
benevolent
into a left-hander.
overlord.
That's not how you do it.
No, Matt, you can't park there. Oh, this is terrible. I hope he's okay. Because if he's not, who's going to sign my paychecks?
Oh, and the
Oh,
37 in
no!
more trouble.
And even look, Austin Collins on his roof.
And that was the lapper as well. That was
Oh no!
Motorhead
Austin!
one down as they get past Austin one down.
Austin Collins gonna call a tow truck.
I mean, it's taking a while to arrive right now.
The call went to voicemail.
You can't take the outside line in turn 1 anymore. Road's closed.
Oh man, what a race. What an opening night of shenanigans that we have seen.
And Herbie's got the inside in turn 3 here. In this long running battle, might have finally vanquished the Mats. One's already been dispatched. Yes, Matthew Linder up the road would be the final target. Might not have enough time to make that happen. But Herbie, I think, has got the move done and dusted here.
And Linda, that's a fantastic recovery drive. We saw him going full Pro Skater 2 manual grind over the barrier lap 1, and he's up in the top 10. What a drive for him.
I completely forgot that happened, and he managed to get it free, but was about 30 seconds back, and he's still about 30 seconds back, so he's kept pace with the leaders all the way through this one, it seems like.
Yeah, a massively impressive drive for Triple Three right now. Oh.
I wonder how much tires burned off that 199. The bodywork, it seems to just detached, which I think is a good thing, as we see a bumper come off the number 95 there. But again, the tire wear could be a big factor with the amount of battling that Williamson's done today, as the white flag comes out for Josh Edmondson. He's got a 2-second lead right now to Richard Watkins, who's held on but cannot get the move. And there's a big crash. It's Herbie into the barrier. Saw the 95 a little bit narrow, I think. Herbie went even further and they keep positions.
And there was another position change. Joey Kirk has gotten by Greg Johnson for the last step on the podium.
Great move there. You see Peterson still wants to try and get the move done, but it's going to be tough to complete it. Meanwhile, through the final corner, once again, it's not quite the same margin that it was last time. Watkins is in the same camera shot, but it is still Josh Edmondson taking home the double here at Wild West, and we've got an instant ahead. This is the final lap. They're still racing. And they've tripped over each other. Williamson gets back past Peterson, past Herbie, who ends up behind Peterson as well in the barrier turn 1 for the final lap. And you see Williamson's now missing the front end as well. Not great sponsor activation for Red Bull there.
Just gave him wings and the body panels flew off.
Oh, and Peterson deep. Is he going to keep it under control through the final corner? Just about. Is going to hold on for P11. Yeah. Herbie will come home down in 12th. Still up 7 positions, but was running in the top 10 there for a moment.
Yeah, Peterson in the Spaceballs truck using the Swartz to hold off Herbie and hold on to that spot. Oh my! Whoa! Josh Edmondson going full Star Fox 64, do a barrel roll. Whee!
I think maybe practicing some state tricks as well there over the jumps.
Simcana.
what a night of action that we've had to open up season 2 of the Pro Truck Series. Let's have a look at those results for the feature race. And of course, it was Edmondson taking home the race win from the very back of the grid. Richard Watkins, after a rough race 1, holds on for second, and then a huge gap back to Kirk, Johnson and Fuller, all charging through into the top 5. Stephen Thompson started third, will hold on for a 6th place finish ahead of Alex Good, Matthew Lind, Cameron Heil, and then of course Matt Williamson in that fight at the end of the race holds on for a top 10. As we look further down the order, Peterson and Herbie just holding on to the lead lap, but caught up in some shenanigans there. And Heimers and Spacker, both in the Pro 2 lights, again leading the way, 1 lap down in those trucks, ahead of Joshua Motorchek and Nathan Lakovic, both with really unfortunate incidents there, also 1 lap down. And then Matt Schlosser, Victor Aldrich and Meeperson, Austin Cole not running the full race distance. Williams, Paul McLash, just so unfortunate on the entry to turn number 1 there. Trick decided he wanted to go to pit lane through the fence, and he is going to finish 10 laps down ahead of Meadows, Barnett, Watkins, Holdren, Pierce and Osborne.
Well, it's the first opportunity we've had to breathe all night, honestly.
Yeah, let's take a moment. Relax. Reflect on the 40 laps of racing that we've had. And then, do you want a Champions Champion for this interview with Edmondson, James?
That sounds doable.
Let's bring him in.
Alrighty, Josh Edmondson, James in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. Hey, James.
So, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, you pick up right where you left off last season and absolutely dominating. But obviously, you know, race 2 wasn't anywhere near straightforward. Take us through that start, especially all the chaos going on through turn 2.
Yeah, that was crazy. Obviously, we all know it stacks up a lot in those hairpin corners first couple laps, but with that many trucks, it was crazy. I got really lucky. I just kept trying to pick a hole that was open and not try and force my way through and pick up too much damage. And I got lucky. The seas parted a couple times and passed a bunch of trucks in 2 corners, and that definitely helped me out a lot to be able to come back for the win.
Yeah, and it was wild being able to carve your way through that massive wreck and find yourself P9 starting lap 2 after starting dead last. What's going through your mind when you see that you're already that close to the lead after lap 1?
I just knew that I had a chance if I stayed clean. Obviously, it's tough to pass. And I knew there were some fast guys that had rough luck, like Paul disconnecting the first one, and so there were some other guys that were fast up there, Watkins. So yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but since I could see him, I was happy, and I was like, okay, I can catch him. Just got to stay clean and try and not pick up too much damage, making passes, and yeah, I was able to do it. There was some chaos though. It was that was really fun, man. These races are so much fun.
Yeah, and race 1, it was a pretty straightforward romp for you, leading all the laps. Take us through your thought process going into race 1, with that race being set by qualifying time and knowing that you've got all the guys closest to you on time right behind you, trying to do everything they can to get by you there in those open laps.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was really close, within a second of a bunch of guys, and then the track state plays a huge factor into it. I haven't driven a track that beat up in a long time, and so it changed a lot. Lindy was really fast that first race, and then when we got into traffic, I think something happened. I'm not sure, but yeah, he was right on me, making me sweat there for a minute. And then yeah, I kind of got that gap and was making some passes and found a couple spots that worked good for passing. So I was just trying to be patient and set it up right, and yeah, it worked out good.
Alrighty, Josh. Well, that was a unbelievably fantastic performance. Any sponsor plugs and shout outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, shout out you guys putting on the broadcast. Definitely gonna watch this one back. And everybody that puts the league on, Matt and those guys. This is a lot of fun, so appreciate it. And shout out the team, Channel 199 Sim Racing, Track Racer, Pimax VR, and Racecraft.
Alrighty, Josh. We appreciate you, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yep, see you guys next week. Thanks.
We're going to be talking to him next week. We've got the chair already labelled, I think, in the booth here.
Yeah, and meanwhile, that is all of our interviewees so far. There's no one in the waiting room.
Yeah, it seems like it. So, we'll do it a little bit to see if anyone else wants to hop in. But other than that, as we watch Edmondson's beautiful celebrations,
Whoa,
how
man.
did he pull that one off? Hang on, let's roll it back a little bit. Let's have another look at that.
We need to put some classical music to the slow-mo.
Did he kickflip off that other truck, or is it just off the
He
berm?
did.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
They say if you can't win, be spectacular. Edmonton's found a way to do both.
Yeah. Oh. A celebration fitting the performance, honestly.
I think that might do it for the opening round of Season 2 of the Special Stage Pro Truck Series. We are, of course, going to be back next week at Daytona Rallycross. That is going to be an interesting one. And I've just realised that we're not even doing a full season of dirt racing here. Because after that, we're heading over to Nevada for some asphalt action, which is going to be very exciting. So, yeah, we'll see how the different drivers manage on these different discipline tracks, an oval round at USA as well to deal with. So, as much as Josh is so strong in the short course tracks, it's his bread and butter, there's going to be a lot to challenge him for the wildcard rounds of the season. And we are heading straight into them. Daytona especially, such a close quarters track.
Yeah, and like you said, it's close quarters. You have no work with, and once again, it's going to be difficult to pass here. I'm not entirely sure yet which layout we're running. Doing long and short. Long has an extra passing zone with the dirt hairpin. But yeah, it's gonna be, and I don't know if we're gonna be dealing with the Joker laps either. So it's a lot of questions to be answered and a lot of excitement to be had next time around at Daytona Rallycross.
Yeah, of course, that will be, I believe, heat races to lead into the feature as well. So, very interesting to see who can thrive in those short fields. But, of course, that is going to be in 1 week's time, same place here on JCTV for the Special Stage Pro Trucks. Alongside me has, of course, been Joker Series champion James Watson. I have been Olivia Hayward. And we will see you next time over in Daytona.